Your Comedy Minute, YouTube Live number 36. Happy National Merlot Day. I don't drink wine, but I have a bevy of beverages here. I have a beautiful Bush Dog Brew. This is the turkey blend. Last week I had the pork, and I have a little Fireball here. I've got my Your Comedy Minute special cocktail. AO7's here. How are you? Jelly Scupple was here a minute ago. Hey, AO7, how are you? I got a lot of stuff. Here's the set list for tonight. I'm going to try and get through this. Oh, you know what? I'm so glad you're here. Kim Snowden is here because normally I say that David Snowden's here. Kim Snowden is here because it's National Merlot Day, and I want to pay special respect to Kim and FN. Heck with him. I'm done with him. He's the one. He's responsible for this wolf piss. 2 weeks in a row, I've had to drink this wolf piss. I'm not happy about it. Is the sound and picture okay, David and Kim and AO7 and Jelly? If you come back, let me run through the Web Wilder Credo. Work hard, rock hard, eat hard, sleep hard, grow big, wear glasses if you need them. 8,193 subscribers. We went over 3.5 million, 3.5 million, 3,534, 269 views, 3,600 videos. Besides it being National Merlot Day, it is obviously Election Eve. It's also the lunar eclipse, which is a blood moon, a red moon. So I got a lot of stuff I want to try and cover. Yes, good pick and sound. Good. And David and Kim, good luck tonight with the Ravens and the Saints play. I'm a huge football guy. My football team, the Philadelphia Eagles, are undefeated. And a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. Now that, I'm going to segue this into the next bit because I actually thought of that the night before and I forgot it. And the next night I actually got up at like 3 in the morning, wrote it down. A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. And my initial thought was, oh, inflation, now a bird in the hand is worth 3 in the bush or 4 in the bush. And then my dirty mind work, which, that works better than the clean mind. A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. If you already have your bird in your hand, what the hell are you worried about getting your hands in her bush for? You're already jerking. Odd week that way in the sense that one other thing I wanted to touch on. Earlier this week, I saw it was National Housewife Day, National Sandwich Day, and National Men Cook Dinner Day. And when I saw that, I thought, oh man, that is comedy gold. Men, sandwiches, making dinner. And about 6:30, I was trying to do the minute, and I actually was out talking to my neighbor trying to figure out. He said, well, housewife, nobody says housewife anymore. And it dawned on me, it was like, this is a really bad idea. It's probably like the bird in the hand joke, but it's just funny to me. What's the best way to make breakfast in the morning? Wake up your wife. That's good, AO7. That's good. But yeah, it's just funny to me how I think something's funny, and then all of a sudden I'm like, nah, that's a bad idea. That's really bad. What is a Jehovah's Witness favorite band? The Doors. What does a cigarette and a hamster have in common? Nothing, unless you light them on fire and put them in your mouth. It is Election Eve, and I'm going to spend just a little bit of time on that, just because the biggest thing I'm happy about. Let me take a sip of this. The biggest thing I'm happy about is no more commercials. I don't know, AO7, I don't know what it's like where you're at. But the political commercials have it's probably the reason I did a bit about Oprah, and I did a bit about just it's driving me crazy. I can't wait until tomorrow because every other ad. I didn't want to get into other parts, but there were three former presidents in Pennsylvania over the weekend: Trump, Biden, Obama, or Trump, Obama, who the hell, whatever. I'm like, oh my God, how did Pennsylvania get to be so important? It's Christine here. Politics is a war. I want to say something because I don't want to lose my train of thought on this. I've done, and it's funny to me, I did a bit about Oprah Winfrey, and I'm going to get off my path here, but I think this is important because hopefully tomorrow, and we won't know until, next week or whatever, what shakes out here in Pennsylvania, what shakes out in Georgia, what shakes out wherever. But I hope, because I've been after Fetterman bad, and that's because there's a lot of reasons, and I'm after Oprah bad. But yet, okay, that's, if you're a Republican, that's one thing. If you're a Democrat, that's another thing. And the old thought was to just stay down that political line. If I'm a Democrat, I'm Democrat, I'm Democrat. I'm rooting for Josh Shapiro over Mastriano. Mastriano's an asshole. Yeah, you heard me, Doug. You're QAnon and all your stupid shit. Mastriano's an asshole. So I'm going for the Democrat. Okay? Now, on the other side, I'm not, Dr. Oz is fantastic. But the other guy, Fetterman, boy, I don't want to go too far because, I might as well keep going. I'm this far in. I might as well go. Oprah had Dr. Oz on 55 times. 55 times that bitch had. But yet, no, I go with Fetterman. Fetterman, Uncle Fester, young Frankenstein. It's a stroke. Bullshit. I've seen him do other speeches. I live here in York, Pennsylvania. I'll tell you what. So far, I guess this whole political thing got me off. Hey, the YouTube commenters here, Cleveland. What else? Ghost Malone's here. Man, oh man, cool. Hey, I apologize. It just seems the Oprah video I did on, I guess it was Saturday, it pissed me off. It's like 200 views. I think people want to hear me say that's bullshit. Getting back to the original point, if I'm supporting Josh Shapiro, who's a Democrat, and I'm supporting Oz, who's a Republican, I guess what I'm saying to everyone, you're going to go vote tomorrow. Hopefully go vote tomorrow. Don't run down, I'm a Democrat. Pick the right person. Ghost Malone, you're in Michigan. And I saw that Stephen Colbert had to apologize. At least I think. I don't want to get off because I'll get into that in a minute. But Stephen Colbert had to apologize because he called out the girl in Michigan. And as it turns out, it really happened. And he had to go on, I did it. Colbert. I better stop. If we're going to have some fun, we'll move on to Powerball. We'll move on to some other stuff. I'll be happy tomorrow because, as you can tell, I'm wound up. I'm sure you guys are wound up. Easy, big fellow. Drinks. All right. Yeah. All right. I'm going to do that, David. It's coming up. Look, it's coming up. Drink. I know. No, you know what, David? If one thing I'm going to do, and I'm going to tell you, last week I was off a bit. I had to go to the doctor. This is true, right hand of God. And I was a little tense about it. Thank goodness I'm going to be around. At least I don't have to see Dr. Sawbones for another 6 months. He did hand me a funeral director's name on the way out, just in case. I'll tell you what, David, you said drink a little bit. I'll try and calm down and see what you guys have to say. Ghost Blood, I'm really glad you're here. AO7, that bitch. Yeah, no, boy, I pray that somehow we can become, look, I put the flag up there. We can become a United States of America again. And it doesn't matter whether you're Republican or Democrat or I don't give a shit. Get the right people in there, make some moves. I'll go. I personally think, never mind. Tonight's Powerball, $2 billion, 1.9 or something, almost $2 billion. Now, here's where the humor lies. I've been playing since this thing's been growing. I round up change and I go get a. So the other day I was out of change. I said, I got to cash in. I had like 20 some tickets. That means $40, $50 worth of tickets. I looked them all up. I had one number on all. In other words, I threw $40 in the garbage. I had, out of all those tickets, I had one number. I bought 2 tickets today for the Powerball. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. Yes, I did. Because I'm an idiot. Sorry, folks. I will be the Powerball. Christine, if you win the Powerball, you better include my fat ass. You better. I'm coming to New York and finding you. I'm going camping. All right, David wants it. David Snowden and Kim Snowden were nice enough to buy me. Christine, that's no lie. If you want it, it'll pay for it. I'm coming. Hey, Christine, if I win it, I'll pay for you to come to beautiful York, PA. Here it is. I'm so looking forward to it. You know, I will say this. Last week I had to do there at Seal. Last week I had to do the pork bone broth, okay? And the pork bone broth, I was really nervous about doing this here because I thought it would be brown. So this one this week doesn't even have me phased. I'm not even, worst. It's probably my prediction here. Alka-Seltzer, just like I said last week, was prediction. This week I'm not scared. Last week I was scared. This week, pork bone broth doesn't sound bad. Every single person in here, we are in. All right, here we go. Ooh, that one's a lot worse than that one. That one. Oh man, if you're gonna get one for your dog, get the other one. Get the pork bone broth. That shit there. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, that hurt. That hurt. Let's try and wash that down. I'm gonna try and oof. Boy, on the last one, if you didn't watch last week, I actually took 2 sips. I don't know that I'm gonna do that this week. I think 1 sip is good enough of that. Tonight really is a lunar eclipse. I was joking about that blood moon, a red moon for all the Democrats and Republicans. But 3 years, there won't be another one for 3 years. And I think here, I don't know if it's different where you guys are at, but they say we have to get up like 4 or 5 in the morning. I did see the moon out earlier. I was barking at it. But yeah, lunar eclipse, about 5 a.m. here, 4 or 5 in the morning. My neighbor said, I'm not getting up 4 and 5 in the morning. But yeah, there you go. Chug. Out the moon. Hey, David, don't start. I started dating this girl. My buddy said she's an airplane blonde. I said, what do you mean an airplane blonde? He said, well, she dyed her hair, but she still has a black box. Elon Musk, Christine, you're going to like this section. Christine, if you're siding or going with David Snowden, I'm going to say Kim Snowden's right. David's an asshole. Screw David. David's making me so mad. I thought this was funny. And Christine, I know I joked about Twitter, and I'm not a fan of any of them. I will, as a full disclosure to you guys, I'm always honest. Google contacted me today. I had been contacted once before. I got some, one check is, but I never got the money. But now they sent me another thing today that my shorts are, they're being counted now. And come January, I'm going to start getting paid. But David, I'll start getting those pennies, those nickels we talked about. I'll start getting those in January, supposedly. But getting back to Elon Musk, I thought it was funny that he fired half the staff. And this morning I saw that he asked some of them to come back. Now, my question is, Christine, Ghost Malone, AO7, if you got fired, it's like me with Lowe's. I haven't gone into a Lowe's store since I got fired from Lowe's for telling jokes. And I never will. I'll never step in a Lowe's store. I knock on wood, I'll never have to step in a Lowe's store. But if you got fired by this asshole, by hey, is there any way you consider coming back? Well, they were probably funny jokes. Yeah, no, AO7, that's a whole other story. But no, I thought it was funny that he fired half the staff and then today asked for some people to come back. Wouldn't you have that one? I'd have that one planned out ahead of time. I'd be like, well, let's not get rid of Susie at least. Susie at least has her head out of her. I think it's funny if you go to Twitter, and Christine, you spend more time than I do there. But a lot of people are complaining and wound up, and I just laugh at it because there's obviously was some fat there. There was some, it's like Google saying they're going to start paying me. Well, Facebook's cutting off. Zuckerberg has lost his shit. Facebook's cutting off, and Google's cutting off. Oh, you're going to pay me? What are you going to pay me with? YouTube Live or YouTube TV. Mark McIntyre's here. Marky Mark might be coming for the holidays, you guys. That'll be fun if he does that. Speaking of Google, I did a search for erectile dysfunction on Google, and nothing came up. I'm an idiot. I swear I'm an idiot. How's everybody doing? What do you got for me? Tell me something, Christine, excuse me. I know I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. Oh my, come to me. Your breath smells like come to me. I got some, Christine, if you're still here. I'm going to talk about the National Park Service in a minute. But I also wanted to mention this, and I had to look it up because I couldn't believe they have the best places to retire. And this was on the U.S. News or something. They put the top 10 places, and 3 of the top 5, Harrisburg, Lancaster, and York, Pennsylvania, best places to retire. Well, sure they are. I actually, they're probably right. It's just funny that Florida has dominated, because of but with global warming, I think we had last year we had like 1 snowfall and it wasn't shit. So we need places to live too. Whoa, you're in that retired, have too much sense. No, I'm serious. You guys can look it up, and yeah, I was shocked at it. And like I said, 3 past presidents, Trump and Obama and whoever were here. I can't even remember who else was here. I can't keep doing politics because I promise I'll stop next week. At least I hope to stop, unless Fetterman wins. That's the only one. I will say this. One other quick little political one is Georgia, where Raphael Warnock and Herschel Walker. Now, it's kind of like I said about the way I'm doing things. You got 2 guys there, like pick the best one. Just pick the best one. Uh, the national, Christine, if you're still here, this is going to blow you away. I saw this earlier, right about an hour before I started. The National Park Service put out a public service announcement, and they asked people to stop licking the toads. Licking the toads. And I did a double take. People, now, why in the world would you lick a toad? Christine, do you know about that? Yeah, they got new toad species. Yeah, Christine, I figured you would know about that. Oh, shit. What am I supposed to do now? AO7, when I saw it, I'm telling you, right hand to God, I did a double take. What the hell are you talking about? Here, I'm even going to do a shot on that. Licking toads. I'm probably going to do a minute tomorrow because Christine's right. I'm still getting that taste out of my mouth. Yeah, there's Mike Tyson apparently is into it. That licking a toad, now I'm trying to like put some truth into it. The National Park Service put out this public service announcement because apparently licking these toads can cause your mouth to swell up and you can, die or have problems. But people lick the toads because they have some kind of like, like mushrooms or something, psilocybin that, ooh-wee, ooh-wee. I'm not quite sure. Screw dog beers and Scotty toads. Yeah, you're right, Mark. If knowing Kim and David Snowden, there'll be some toad here. And Scotty, we sent you a toad. You have to lick a toad. Now, the only thing that went through my mind, and again, you don't want to be anywhere near my mind, but was, wasn't there a thing where you kiss the frog and turns into a prince? And that's what initially I thought, well, maybe there's a batch of girls, batch of women down there kissing frogs trying to get princes. But apparently it's some kind of, get you high. My neighbor was like, what in the world is this world coming to? I said, I think people just need to get high. The world we're living in, you got to get high. Be trying some two cheese next week. Try some. Oh no, toad cheese, toad cheese. Yeah, no, Christine, I knew you would know about that. Don't do deadly African free tart flavor. Christine, hang on. We're gonna pump the brakes here a minute. Christine, I want you to tell me, have you ever licked a frog? Have you ever licked a toad? Just, Christine, we're going to wait. Everyone here, we're going to wait. AO7, David, Mark, I want to know, Christine, have you ever licked a toad? My daddy told me not to. Okay, Christine, do you think your dad licked a toad? That's why he told you not to do it. Christine, we're going to spend a minute here because I'm concerned about your health. Christine, you think Dad licked a toad at some point, and that's why he told you not to do it? Maybe, Christine, though, what about getting your prince? Maybe you get a prince if you lick a toad. Oh, yeah, I can't. He was special forces. He knew not to lick a toad. Oh hell, Christine, I'm laughing hard, which usually a pretty good sign, means we're having fun. I hope you guys are having fun, and I do apologize. I really try to just make it funny, and I don't like doing political humor. Christine knows. Ghost, you just starting to catch up with me, and Mark, I worked with you. David knows me well. I like to make people laugh, but I don't like to hurt people. And the politics I stay away from politics. I stay away from, racist. I stay away from gay, trans. I don't want to hurt anybody. But in the same sense, I think I'll say this. Some of you know this, some of you don't. I spoke to Adam Carolla one time, the guy from the Man Show with Jimmy Kimmel. I spoke to him. I called in and I spoke to him, and he said, "How does a guy get to be 59 years old and just now start to speak up?" And it kind of hit home with me that maybe he's right. Maybe I do need to speak up a little bit. I know Christine would love it. I know my friend Toasted Sniper would love it. I just think it's a slippery slope for me because, like David earlier, back her down, Hot Rod. Don't get too far. But yet, Oprah Winfrey can lap my nads. That's on the record. Oprah Winfrey, to have a man on your show 55 times, make all that money, and then get his show going, and 9 years of getting to his revenue. Oprah Winfrey kissed my ass. My girlfriend called me an asshole. I said, I've been called worse. She said, really? I said, yeah, your boyfriend. I'm going to wrap it up here. I've had a lot of fun. Let me go through and make sure. Yeah, Christine, hang on. Let me look and make sure I say hi to everybody, and I don't want to go too quick. Please consider, it's what's going to keep this thing going. I don't trust Google. I'm going to get a penny, but buy a shirt, buy a coffee mug. Thanks to Jack in the Box and other people that bought some stuff. Mark, thank you for being here. David and Kim, enjoy the game tonight. Go Saints. Jelly Scupper, you never come back. AO7, always a pleasure, man. Ghost Malone, I think you're in Michigan, right? I'm so happy to have you. Drink some dog beer to calm you down. Yeah, Colbert around the Jon Stewart level. Yeah, I'm Colbert and kiss my ass. I don't like Colbert at all. Colbert, you know what? I'm glad I looked over this because there's one other point, Christine, and if you guys stay with me on this for a bit. When I said about don't just go Democrat or just Republican, I think a lot of the Democrats don't understand where all this rage comes from the Trump people and all this, and why we're so divided. When Trump was in, Colbert is a perfect example, and that's why I'm going to spend a second on it. All Colbert did was a shitty impression of Donald Trump and bashed him every night. So, okay, Biden's in now, we're going to bash him a bit. It has to go both ways. If you live here in the United States, respect your president. I've been through Nixon and Ford and Clinton and Bush and Jimmy Carter and, I've been through them all. But I still was an American citizen. I still believed in the US of A. So tomorrow, go vote and pick good people. Don't pick shitheads who are throwing, a ton of money at it or just because they're pro-Trump. Have your own brain. Think about what I'm going to leave with this. I'm done. I'm sorry. I'm going to leave with this joke, and it's terrible, but I always end with a terrible joke. Thank you all very much for giving me your time. I enjoy doing these. I hope you enjoy it. I'm sorry if I've been on a rant the last week or two with politics, but man, they're bashing me. What's another name for a pussy fart? A cooter pooter. I like that joke. A cooter pooter. Thank you all very much. I appreciate it. Have a wonderful evening. David and Kim, I hope the Ravens do okay tonight. Everyone else, AO7, I thank you. Everyone I mentioned. Ghost Malone, so great to have you here. Thank you for your support. Thank you to all of you that watch it back. And everyone's doing everything. We're going to keep going. Christine, I may do that because I think the numbers don't lie. When I have a video, a minute and a half video gets 200 views just because I told Oprah to lap my nads, and she can. She lives in Montecito, California, with a 42-acre farm. Probably never been to Pennsylvania. Oprah, if you've been to Pennsylvania, let me know. Come on over and visit. Have a nice evening, everybody. Happy National Merlot Day. Go vote tomorrow and vote for the right people. Don't just vote down the line. See you guys.